Chapter 1. Opening. The crisis. In the Pacific Ocean, there is a plastic island the size of Texas. Scientists call it the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. It weighs 80,000 tons. It grows larger every day. Think about that for a moment. An island of garbage, floating in the middle of the ocean, visible from space, made entirely of the things we threw away. Plastic bottles, plastic bags, fishing nets, packaging materials. The detritus of modern civilization, accumulating in a slow-motion catastrophe that we can measure but cannot seem to stop. In our landfills, hundreds of millions of tons of plastic wait to become something again. Most of it will sit there for 400 years, some for 1,000. 400 years. That means the plastic bottle you threw away this morning will still be here when your great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren are old. It will outlive nations. It will outlive languages. It will outlive entire civilizations. And it will just sit there, taking up space, leaching chemicals, reminding us of our failure to think beyond the moment. And in every major city on Earth, families are homeless, waiting for shelter they cannot afford. These are not separate problems. They are two sides of the same equation. On one side, waste we don't know what to do with. On the other, a need we cannot meet. And the solution has been waiting in the recycling bin all along. Two crises. One material, one solution. But to understand how we got here, we need to understand the scale of both problems, the magnitude of the waste crisis, the depth of the housing crisis, and why traditional approaches have failed so completely to address either one. What if we could turn that waste into homes? What if plastic, the thing we hate most, became the thing that shelters us? What if the crisis itself contained the answer? This is not a thought experiment. This is not a hypothetical. This is not a dream for some distant future when technology catches up to our imagination. This is engineering. This is chemistry. This is manufacturing. This is real. And it is happening now. Chapter 2. The problem. Two crises collide. Today, 1.6 billion people worldwide lack adequate housing. Think about that number, 1.6 billion. Let me put that in perspective. If you counted one person per second, it would take you 50 years to count 1.6 billion people. That's more than the entire population of China. That's more than all of Europe, North America, and South America combined. That's 1 in 5 human beings on this planet who do not have a safe, stable place to sleep tonight. In the United States alone, 650,000 people sleep on the streets every night. In Los Angeles, in New York, in Seattle, in San Francisco, you can see tent cities stretching for blocks, families living in cars, children sleeping in shelters, working people, people with jobs, unable to afford the basic human right of shelter. Median home prices have soared beyond reach for an entire generation. In 1970, the average home cost 2.5 times the median household income. Today, it's 7 times. 7. That means a young couple earning $60,000 a year would need to save for decades to afford a down payment on a median-priced home. And even then, they'd be paying mortgages for 30 years, dedicating more than half their income just to keep a roof over their heads. This is not a market. This is a lockout. This is a generational theft of the American dream. And the traditional construction industry, building with wood, brick, and steel, is trapped in a paradigm that is slow, expensive, and unable to scale to meet demand. We are building homes the same way we did in 1924, in 1824, even in ancient Rome, one brick at a time, one board at a time, on site, exposed to weather. And we charge prices that only the wealthy can afford. This is not a housing market. This is a housing crisis. The construction industry loves to talk about innovation, about smart homes and green building and sustainable materials. But when you strip away the marketing, what are they actually doing? They're using the same methods, the same materials, the same slow, weather-dependent, labor-intensive processes that have defined construction for millennia. A Roman engineer transported to a modern construction site would understand exactly what was happening. That should terrify us. Every year, 460 million tons of plastic are produced globally. That's the weight of 3,000 aircraft carriers. Every single year, only 9% is recycled. 9%. Let that sink in. We produce 460 million tons, and we recycle 41 million tons. The other 419 million tons? It goes somewhere. It has to go somewhere. And that somewhere is our oceans, our landfills, our rivers, our soil, our bodies. Think about that. 91% of all plastic ever made is still out there somewhere. In landfills, in oceans, in rivers and forests, and even in our own bodies. The rest ends up in landfills, oceans, and incinerators. Plastic takes 400+ years to decompose. Some plastics will take 1,000 years. A millennium. We are drowning in our own waste while our planet suffocates. Microplastics have been found in human blood, in placentas, in the deepest ocean trenches, at the summit of Mount Everest. There is nowhere on Earth untouched by plastic pollution. We have changed the chemistry of the planet. We have created a permanent layer in the geological record that future civilizations, if there are any, will study as evidence of the Anthropocene. The age of humanity. The age of plastic. Yet plastic's durability, strength, and flexibility make it one of the most valuable materials ever created. It doesn't rot. It doesn't rust. It doesn't decay. Those are not bugs. Those are features, if we use them correctly. The problem is not the material. The material is extraordinary. The problem is our imagination. We see trash. We should see treasure. The construction industry has not fundamentally changed in 2,000 years. We stack bricks. We nail boards. We cement concrete. We wait for the weather. We wait for materials to arrive. And we wonder why housing is unaffordable, why quality suffers, and why we cannot build fast enough to house the world. A traditional home takes 6 to 12 months to build. It requires dozens of skilled tradespeople. The carbon footprint is enormous. The cost is prohibitive. The timeline is unpredictable. This is not progress. This is inertia wearing the mask of tradition. Every delay costs money. Every rainstorm stops work. Every shortage of lumber or steel pushes the timeline back. Every skilled tradesperson who retires is hard to replace. And at the end of this long, expensive, unpredictable process, what do you get? A home that costs $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in many markets. A home built the same way it would have been built a century ago. Chapter 3. The Solution. EcoFrame Blueprint. EcoFrame is not just a housing product. It is a systems design that transforms how we think about materials, manufacturing, and shelter. At its heart is a radical insight. We can take discarded plastic and create homes that are stronger, faster to build, more affordable, and infinitely more sustainable than traditional construction. This isn't a concept, this is engineering. We spent 3 years of rigorous testing to prove that this is not just possible, but superior. This is the EcoFrame home. Its soaring A-frame design is structural genius, creating over 1,000 square feet of living space with a fully integrated loft. Inside, you find an open-plan living space with 15-foot ceilings, a full kitchen, a bathroom, and a versatile loft space for bedrooms, an office, or a playroom. It's everything a family needs. Traditional on-site construction is slow, expensive, and vulnerable to weather, delays, and human error. EcoFrame is different. We prefabricate the entire home in a factory where we control everything: temperature, precision, and quality. We use computer-controlled machinery to ensure every component is perfect. No rain delays, no guesswork. The system consists of 5 core modules that interlock perfectly. 1. The floor cassette, which acts as the foundation. 2. The A-frame roof and wall assemblies, with windows pre-installed. 3. The front and rear end walls, with the door pre-hung. 4. The integrated loft system, which doubles the living space. And 5. The pre-installed HVAC system, ready for climate control. 5 modules. 1 complete home. All 5 modules arrive on a single truck. 1 delivery. A crane lifts them into place, and workers join them with integrated, self-aligning joints. The panels are engineered to aircraft-grade tolerances, designed to fit together perfectly, every time. 48 hours later, the home is standing, complete. Utilities are connected. The family moves in. From empty lot to occupied home in 2 days. Compare that to 6 months for traditional construction. This isn't a promise. It's what we've proven in real installations. Chapter 4. Materials. The composite revolution. The magic is in the material itself. EcoFrame panels are made from a silica plastic composite, a blend of recycled plastics, fly ash, a waste byproduct from coal power plants, and carbon nanotubes. Let me break that down. Recycled plastic. We use HDPE, PET, and PP. Comes from discarded bottles, bags, packaging. The things you throw away every day. Fly ash is what's left over when coal power plants burn coal. Normally, it goes to landfills. It's industrial waste. We turn it into structure. And carbon nanotubes, these are cylindrical molecules, stronger than steel, lighter than aluminum. They act as molecular rebar, holding everything together. Plastic alone is weak. Weak in tension, prone to degradation from UV light and temperature fluctuations. Plastic alone would never work for construction. But plastic combined with fly ash and reinforced with carbon nanotubes becomes something extraordinary. It becomes a composite material that rivals steel in strength, exceeds wood in insulation, and outlasts both. A standard wood beam fails at 3,200 psi of pressure. The EcoFrame composite, 6,000 psi and still holding. That's nearly double the strength, and it weighs 1/3 as much. Standard wood frame walls. R13 to R19 insulation value. EcoFrame, R30. That means lower heating bills, lower cooling bills, comfort year-round. Wood rots, steel rusts, concrete cracks. Plastic does none of these. Your home does not decay. It does not corrode. Termites cannot eat it. Time does not destroy it. 50 years minimum. And at the end, we recycle it. This is not just recycling. Recycling is taking plastic and making it into a park bench, which eventually ends up in a landfill anyway. That's delaying the inevitable. This is different. This is the circular economy in action. A system where nothing is wasted, where every material has multiple lives, where end is beginning. A home built from waste. Built from 15 tons of plastic bottles, 8 tons of fly ash. A home designed to be disassembled. Not demolished, disassembled, with every panel tagged, tracked, and inventoried. A home that, at the end of its life, becomes the material for the next home. And the next, and the next. Forever. Every EcoFrame home comes with a life cycle guarantee. At year 15, we send drones to inspect your home. At year 30, a full inspection team arrives. And at year 50, or whenever you decide to move on, we come back. We disassemble your home. We take every panel. We reprocess the material. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is lost. Your children could inherit this material. Your grandchildren, the plastic that housed you, could house them. Chapter 5. Manufacturing, Scale and Efficiency. In Tijuana, Mexico, our manufacturing partner operates a state-of-the-art facility where precision and speed converge. This is not a lumber mill where workers measure and cut by hand. This is not a construction yard where weather dictates the schedule. This is a high-tech manufacturing center, climate-controlled, computer-operated, quality-assured. Tijuana is not a cost-cutting decision. It is a strategic decision. Mexico has world-class manufacturing infrastructure built over decades of automotive and aerospace production. The expertise exists. The workforce is trained. And the cost structure allows us to manufacture at scale while maintaining quality that exceeds traditional construction. Raw materials arrive daily. Recycled plastic collected from across North America. Baled, sorted, and pelletized. Fly ash from coal power plants, delivered in bulk. Carbon nanotubes, synthesized and quality certified. These are combined in precise ratios. Ratios we have tested and refined over hundreds of iterations. The mixture is heated to exact temperatures, then injected into massive molds under thousands of pounds of pressure. Each panel emerges with precision tolerances that traditional construction cannot match. We're talking about variances measured in millimeters. A carpenter cutting wood on site, 1/4-inch tolerance is considered good. Our panels? 0.5 millimeters. We are scaling in phases. Phase 1. 100 homes per month from a single production line. That's 1,200 families housed per year. Phase 2. We add 4 more lines. 500 homes per month, 6,000 families per year. Full scale? 10 production lines running 24/7. That's 2,000 homes per month, 24,000 families per year from one facility. And we can replicate this facility anywhere in the world. Manufacturing in Mexico is not about cutting corners. It is about access to expertise, labor, and logistics at competitive rates. Every panel that leaves this facility has been tested, stress-tested for structural integrity, scanned for defects, measured for dimensional accuracy. Every connection is verified. Every seal is pressure-tested. Quality is non-negotiable, because these panels will become someone's home, someone's shelter, someone's safety. We reject 2% of panels during quality control. That's higher than industry standard. Most manufacturers reject 0.5%. But we are not building widgets. We are building homes. If a panel does not meet spec, it goes back to the melter. It is reprocessed. It is remade. No compromises. Chapter 6. Business, the path to scale. The market for affordable housing is infinite, not metaphorically infinite, actually infinite. 1.6 billion people worldwide lack adequate shelter. That is not a niche. That is not a segment. That is 1/5 of humanity. In the US alone, there's a shortage of 7 million affordable homes right now. Today, the demand exists. The need is real. The market is waiting. EcoFrame is not competing with luxury homes priced at $500,000. We are competing with homelessness, with overcrowding, with poverty. And here is the thing about infinite markets. You do not need to capture 100% to succeed. You do not need 50%. You need 1%. 1% of 1.6 billion is 16 million homes. If we house 16 million families over the next 20 years, we will have built one of the largest companies in human history. And we will still have barely scratched the surface of the need. EcoFrame is structured as 3 integrated divisions, 3 engines working in concert. EcoFrame Labs handles R&D and material science. This is where we innovate. This is the brain. Eco-Designer Homes manufactures and sells the products. This is the body. This is execution. And EcoFrame Ventures licenses the technology globally. This is the nervous system, extending our reach without capital investment. Partners in Brazil, India, Kenya, the Philippines. They manufacture regionally using our designs, our materials, our standards. We collect licensing fees. They house their populations. Everyone wins. By year 5, conservative projections, 5,000 homes per year at $8,000 net profit per home equals $40 million in gross profit. 5 international partners, each producing 2,000 homes per year, paying us $500 per home in licensing fees. That's $5 million in nearly pure profit licensing revenue. Total revenue, $45 million annually. Path to profitability, year 2 to year 3. By year 10, $200 million in revenue. But the real value is not in revenue projections. The real value is in what we own, the intellectual property, the material science, the manufacturing processes, the Apex Lock (TM) connection system. Every home we build adds to our data. Every panel we produce refines our understanding. We are not just building homes. We are building a platform, and platforms scale infinitely. But EcoFrame is not just homes. Think bigger. The composite material we have developed can be remolded, reshaped, repurposed for anything that requires strength, durability, and sustainability. Roads. Instead of asphalt that cracks, imagine modular composite road panels. Damaged section? Lift it out, drop in a new one. Bridges. Lighter materials mean reduced foundation requirements. Transit systems, platforms, shelters, even rail infrastructure. The Apex Lock (TTM) connection system can be licensed to any modular construction application. The intellectual property is infinite. The applications are endless. Every one of these represents $1 billion opportunity. Everyone is unlocked by the same core innovation, turning waste plastic into structural composite. We are not building a housing company. We are building an industrial ecosystem. and ecosystems grow exponentially. Chapter 7. Closing. The vision. Imagine a world where homelessness is not inevitable, where every child has a home, not a shelter. Imagine where plastic waste is not a curse, but a resource, where the bottle you recycle becomes part of a wall. Imagine a family owning a home for the price of a used car. This isn't fantasy. This is the future EcoFrame is building today. EcoFrame is more than a housing company. It's a systems design proving we can solve massive societal problems through innovation. It shows that profitability and sustainability are partners. You can do well by doing good. You can build a billion-dollar company while cleaning the oceans. This is the business model of the future. Not extraction, but creation. Not consumption, but circulation. Not profit at any cost, but profit through real value. Value measured in lives changed, in tons of plastic reclaimed, in families housed. That is our scorecard. This is an invitation. To investors, we offer the opportunity to build wealth while building a better world. The returns are real. The impact is measurable. The market is infinite. Join us. To builders and developers, we offer a system to build faster, cheaper, and better than ever before. Adopt EcoFrame. Build the future with us. To communities and governments, we offer a solution to your housing crisis. Partner with us. We will house your people. To visionaries and dreamers, we offer proof that the world can change, that we can build the future we want to live in. The blueprint is complete. The technology is proven. The market is waiting. 1.6 billion people are waiting. The only question is, how many lives will we change? How many families will we house? How many tons of plastic will we reclaim? The answer is not in the stars. It is not in distant futures. The answer is here. It is now.